Ladies and gentlemen, Cage Warriors Academy presents 3-minute rounds in the amateur middleweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner, weighing in at 180 pounds, represented Sheppey's Fight Academy, Frank Warwick. BKK fighters, Danny Parker.
The hometown fighter, Danny Parker from BKK Fighters in the black shorts, and he is facing Frank Warwick from Sheppey Fight Academy in the green board shorts. 3-minute rounds, and we are underway here, Brad.
Yeah, catch weight of 180 pounds here, but yeah, these guys both look nice and big at the weight, so expecting some explosive action.
Absolutely. Warwick with the early takedown. Parker with the back to the cage. Looking to consolidate this position.
Yeah, he's using head pressure well there just to keep his man pinned up against the cage. What Danny Parker's going to try and do here is scoot his butt back to the cage and use that cage as a third man to stand up. So a good job there from Warwick to pull the arm out. He doesn't want anything for his man to be able to base on to get his back further up that cage.
Yeah, good start here from Frank Warwick, trying to silence the hometown crowd. Parker from the powerhouse BKK Fighters gym, led by Jack Mason, who's in the corner. His man's got work to do here in the early going.
Jason Coolidge in the corner as well there, a long-time veteran of the UK MMA scene. A bit of a stalemate here. Nice little left hand there from Warwick. And he's going to try to step over those legs now. Trying to pull the hips back away from the cage. Again, strips the hand that Danny Parker was posting on.
Shot from underneath there from Parker.
Oh, that's good work there from Warwick to step over the legs. He could eventually squirm his way into a mount here. You know, he may be happy to just pin his man up against the cage with a minute left to go and just land some short shots, but he is essentially in the mount position now if you can just maneuver his man to the mat. But Danny Parker fighting this every step of the way.
Now Warwick unloads some heavy shots. Parker back to his feet, but Warwick's looking to take him back to the mat again.
Good work there from Parker to turn off and attempt to land that big piercing right hand.
He threw that from Chelmsford, Brad. And now Warwick's back on the single leg.
He's going to try and clasp the hands behind the hips there, and he does. That allows him to get that big elevation. But he's left his head in here now. It's an arm in, so difficult to finish from this position. In fact, almost impossible. He's going to try and throw his leg over the back for a bit more leverage here. What he doesn't want to do is over squeeze while it's not in and burn the arms out. Time though runs out, saved by the bell perhaps.
On Frank Warwick.
Well, I think that's going to be more of an issue as this evening goes on.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful British summer, and that means it's very hot and humid here in the Charter Hall.
Yeah. Warwick goes with a huge right hand swing, Brad.
Oh, nice teep to the body there, but nearly lets Warwick get in on that double leg takedown. He's going to switch to the single now, rip his man off the cage.
Another takedown then for Warwick here early in the second round. Got some time to work, looking to advance that position again.
And this is good work from Danny Parker here. He's back in his own corner, and he's taking some shots here though. He is doing the right thing to get back to his feet, but he left that arm posted a little bit too long, wasn't able to use it to defend his face.
You can see in the corner, Jack and Jason imploring him, giving instructions, telling him how to get out of this situation. But Warwick applying the pressure again here.
On another nice single leg. He's done that twice in this round now. Really does seem to be a bit of a go-to for him. And now a very similar position here where he's essentially got his man trapped against the cage, lands a nice flurry of punches, goes back to the double leg. And again, he's got to be careful leaving that neck in.
Parker's on it again, or it's out.
Well, you know, this is the thing that, you know, when we talk about it being hot and humid in this room, it's going to make these guys very sweaty, and it's going to make slipping out of these guillotines that little bit easier.
But again, a kind of carbon copy really of the first round, Brad, in terms of Warwick applying the pressure, getting the takedowns, and Parker spending a lot of his time just trying to get back to his feet.
Yeah, and that's going to eventually become mentally draining as well. You know, every time you get back to your feet, 3 seconds later, you end up eating another takedown, and it all does add up, both physically and mentally as the fight wears on. He's going for that single again. That's the third one in this round. And again, you're going to see him try and perhaps pull the hips away to get that better mount position. Or he's going to stand like this and try and land some punches on the way up. But good job from Danny Parker. A very, very fast stand up there.
Can we see some separation here from Parker? Yes, we can. But Warwick wastes no time diving on the single leg again.
Warwick's looking like he might be a little tired though, and Parker seems to be maybe getting a second wind here.
There we go then. Here we go then. Final round, 3 minutes to possibly decide this fight. Parker throwing those leg kicks to begin with, looking to establish that distance.
Yeah, Parker's going to keep the hands up though when he's throwing those leg kicks. He doesn't want to eat a big overhand right. That's better from Danny Parker. Oh, big head kick. Oh, and a huge right hand and a combination.
Oh my goodness, Brad. Warwick dives for a takedown in desperation, but Parker landed some heavy artillery there.
He's still landing shots. This is not where he wants to be though. Warwick's been so good with that single leg off the cage. Good work to stuff the head down.
He's back up, big right hand there from Parker.
Oh, a big head kick. The referee's taking a close look at this one, Mark.
Oh my goodness, it's got to be close. Big knee from Parker, but still Warwick refuses to go away.
And we've got 2 minutes left to go in this round. And it does indeed look like Danny Parker's in the ascendancy here.
Yeah, but Warwick is just not going anywhere, is he? So gutsy. He's eaten some big shots in this third and final round, but managing to keep trucking forward and grabbing hold of a leg.
Yeah, we really need to see some significant offense here from Frank Warwick. Otherwise, you know, if Danny Parker can get a few more combinations off, you may be looking at a 10-8 here.
Yeah, dominant start to the round from Parker.
Well, this is where Warwick wants to be. He wants to be on top in this part of the competition. He wants to be able to just lie very heavily and almost neutralize Danny Parker for a while, just to get his bearings again.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what he's doing here. Situation we've seen quite a lot in this fight.
You know, with just a minute left to play with it, it may be a case of that, you know, Warwick can't actually win this round, but he's stopping himself from getting finished and relying on the scorecards. But of course, he's going to try and give as good as he's been getting here in this third frame. More hammer fists from Danny Parker, but Parker's going to be careful of that takedown attempt. Frees the leg. Oh, tries for the uppercut.
And here we go, Parker looking to go on offense, but again, Warwick grabs that leg. That has kept him alive in this third and final round. That snatching of that single leg every single time.
I think if Danny Parker had just taken that extra second there just to reset. I mean, these takedowns that Warwick are landing here, they're not scoring because he's not doing anything with them. There's no submission attempts. He's not passing into better positions and he's not landing punches. But crucially, what they are doing is stopping Danny Parker from hitting him.
Absolutely. Final seconds here then.
Parker looking for the arm.
Oh, so close, Brad.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. The first judge scores about 28-28, a draw. Overruled by the remaining 2 judges, who both scored about 29-28. For you winner by majority decision in the blue corner.